Hi guys, how you doing? This is 7.1, 7.3 part 2. So we went from fraction to decimal to percent last time. We're going to go from percent to decimal to fraction this time. Okay, so let's start off let's say we start off with 100%. So if I have 100%, if I want to go from percent to decimal, I would just move the decimal point 2 spaces to the left. And again, if I wanted to go from decimal to percent, I move it 2 spaces to the right. So percent, my decimal is right there right now. If I want to move it 2 places to the left, I'm going to get 1 as my decimal. So this is going to equal 1 as a decimal. If I wanted to go to a fraction, so percent to decimal, and now I'm going to go to fraction, I would have to, how do I write any integer or any whole number as a fraction? I could put it over 1. So how would I write 5 as a fraction? I would just say 5 over 1. Because it's already just a whole number with no decimal over here, I'm just going to put it over 1. Also, it doesn't have any zeros to the right of the decimal, so I have no zeros in my denominator. So we'll understand that a little bit more as I go on. So just as a fraction, I would write 1 over 1. Okay, let's go with more. So here, this could be example 1. Let's go to example 2. Example 2, if I had 0.5%, if I had 0.5%, it's still a percent even though there's a decimal here. So what I'm going to do is use the same rule again, take my decimal point and move it 2 spaces to the left. So I would have 0.005 as my decimal. So let me try and fit this in a little bit better. So I have 0.005 as my decimal after I move it twice to the left. Now how would I write this as a fraction? Well, I have to take a look at my place. I have my tenths place, my hundredths place, my thousandths place. So over here, if I'm going to write this as a fraction, I'm going to write it as 5 over 1,000. So I go to the place and I know the power of 10 that I'm going to put it over, and that's going to be my fraction. Now the thing is, if I were to write this, if I were to ask on a test, write 0.5% as a fraction, it has to be written as a fraction, but then be in its most reduced form. So let's try and reduce this. Divide by 5, divide by 5. So if I divide the top by 5 and I divide the bottom by 5, I get 1 over. And how many times does 5 go into 1,000? I could use long division. We'll just try and figure out the number. So 5 times 200 gives me 1,000. Okay, so 200. So 1 over 200 is going to be the fractional equivalent to this 0.5%, all right, this percent. All right, it was just a quick little video on how to go from percent to fraction. Hopefully these 2 videos help you guys out on these 2 sections.